The reverse grid for race 3 sees Nico Gruber on pole position alongside Carter Williams for the first time on the front row, followed by Michael Eastwell and Joey Foster from Hugo Bentley-Ellis and Luke Cooper. The Team Dolan duo of Matt Rangarido and Niall Murray back on row 4 with Felix Fisher and Jonathan Brown completing the top 10. Roger Orgy starts 11th alongside David MacArthur, then James Clark and Thomas Capazone on row 7, from Rory Smith and Richard Morris on row 8, and then Vincent J and Davide Maloney on row 9. Then Sebastian Job, Jack Wolfenden and Jamie Thorburn starting at the back of the grid after his race 2 retirement. So a first ever pole for Nico Gruber, a first front row start for Carter Williams. Can either of them get themselves a podium or the race win, or will the usual suspects be back at the front? We're all set for the final 15 minutes of the weekend as we go racing at Castle Combe one more time. Good start from the front row. Gruber's got the better launch over Williams. Williams slots into second place. Eastwell is into third. Foster's fourth from Bentley-Ellis, and already Matt Rangarido looking to try and go wheel to wheel with Luke Cooper. Oh, and Sebastian Job's getting in amongst it already. That's Jack Wolfenden that's gone through. He's side by side with Richard Morris through Avon Rise into Quarry, and it is still Nico Gruber who has the whole shot. Williams in second place, but he is under pressure in the opening seconds. I think that's Vincent J in the background going off wide on the exit of Quarry. Into the S's. Gruber leads. Then it's Williams, Eastwell, Foster, Bentley-Ellis, Murray, and then side by side between Matt Rangarido and Luke Cooper. Out of Old Paddock Bend, through the kink of Hammerdown and up towards Tower Bend, and already Eastwell defending the inside line from Joey Foster. Cooper's also under threat from both, looks to be Felix Fisher and Jonathan Brown, as they went side by side into the right-hander. But Nico Gruber, as he heads out of Bobby's, is trying to pull away a small gap here in this opening lap. So the young Austrian karting graduate is certainly taking to Formula Fords lap by lap, race by race, as the battle goes on between Brown, Fisher and Orgy, but it's Nico Gruber who leads the way at the end of the first lap. There's a change on for second place as Eastwell's got a super run from Camp Corner. He's now looking to the outside of Carter Williams for Avon Rise, but it'll be the inside line for Quarry. Look at them all together. Foster's in there, Bentley-Ellis is in there, so is also Niall Murray. They turn in together, and Eastwell holds on to second place for the time being. So no change just yet, but Foster is on the attack. And Carter Williams then is down to 4th position. He's lost out to Joey Foster, and Bentley-Ellis is there in the mix. Rangarido, Murray, Cooper, and Jonathan Brown running well in 9th place. The young Irishman, one of the 3 Cliff Dempsey cars in the field. No Neil McLennan this weekend. And behind, he's still going into combat with Roger Orgy. And Roger's another Castle Combe regular, so he knows this place intricately well. Up into Bobby's again for the second time. Look at the leading group line astern. Gruber absorbing all this pressure early on, but it's a question of how long he can absorb it before he finally cracks. Well, Rangarido's not hanging around. He's on the back of Bentley-Ellis, staring at the exhaust of the spectrum as they come back through Camp Corner to start lap 3. Teams watching on from the pit wall. And here comes Eastwell and Foster. They're in the slipstream. And Eastwell's making his move now. He looks towards the inside for Avon Rise as we go back and forth with Sebastian Job. Look at the melee he's part of it. It's got Capazone to his left, Wolfenden to his right, but in the middle in front of them, it is Michael Eastwell who leads. So Eastwell takes the lead into Quarry Corner. It could be second place for Foster as we go back on board with Sebastian Job. There's a 3-car scrap going on in front of him. He wants to try and be a part of that if he can. But now for second place, and Foster is on the move here. He's on side by side with Gruber, and he has got through. And Gruber can lose more places because here comes Williams and the charging Niall Murray in 5th position. Williams looks to the inside line of Gruber, but he hasn't accounted for Murray, who goes sailing round the outside at Tower Corner. What a move from Niall Murray to go up to 4th place. He completely caught Carter Williams totally by surprise. He was so focused on attacking Nico Gruber, he didn't see Niall Murray just charging down the outside. It's not the first time he's done that. He's done that at Knockhill. He's done it at Silverstone. He knows how to pass around the outside. He's not afraid to take the longer route round the corner and make it work because he's got the grip and the confidence. Great move from the championship leader. And he's not finished yet because his next task now is to get past Gruber, who himself is attacking Joey Foster. There's contact between the pair of them. Here comes Murray down to the outside towards Avon Rise. Down towards the complex. He goes round the outside of Gruber at Quarry. He's up to 3rd. He could get 2nd on the exit. Foster opens up the door. They moves across. They almost bang wheels. Murray forces him back. Get out of it, Joey, down towards the S's. And Murray has got through to 2nd place. So from 4th to 2nd in 2 corners for Niall Murray. That is sensational. What isn't is Sebastian Job going off the road at the S. He's almost losing the back end. But Niall Murray is on an absolute charge. He did this at Silverstone, and he's at it again. So out of Tower Bend, all that battling has allowed Michael Eastwell to just run up the road a little bit. But knowing Niall Murray, you give him one sniff of clear track, and he will start to charge. So there's Eastwell in the lead. But be looking in his mirrors and thinking, oh no, not Niall Murray. Now his task has got to be to try and defend from him rather than attack, which he had to do for most of race 1. So Eastwell leads. Then Murray in 2nd. There's Foster and Gruber, 3rd and 4th. And Gruber fancies to look round the outside for 3rd place, but he's not going to do it with 2 wheels on the grass. And now he comes back round Garrido, fancying a looker down the outside. He's trying, but he wants to try and get the cutback a la Murray a lap ago, but it won't work this time. He'll look again. Bentley Ellis is defending from Cooper in the background, but so far, Murray's main priority, even though he's still being chased down by Foster and by Gruber, his main priority is getting his head down and chasing after and catching Michael Eastwell. Gruber looks again to the inside line, and likewise round Garrido on Gruber into Tower Bend, and Carter Williams is having a superb 3rd race here. That front row start has really benefited him because once he gets into the groove, he's got a really good turn of pace as the young American. He's been racing in cars with very basic aerodynamics with single-seaters, but now he's in a Formula Ford where the only aero you can rely on is the amount of grip the chassis provides, and that's it. So he really has adapted very well indeed. I'm sure that his future ventures into motorsport may serve him well. Now then, Gruber's going for 3rd place again, and look at Matt Garrido, puts 2 wheels on the grass himself. That could be a real sequence down towards Quarry, as Sebastian Job puts a move on Richard Morris through Folly, trying to chase after the group of cars he left behind after he went wide. Now meanwhile, in front of them, it's round Garrido down the outside of Nico Gruber. He's now going to try and attack for 4th place, and Murray meanwhile has caught Michael Eastwell in the lead. So it's Foster in 3rd place now, Gruber 4th. Then round Garrido is under attack from Williams. They head down towards Tower Bend altogether. Foster tries to go to the middle of the road, goes back to the racing line to defend from Gruber and a potential attack. And now he comes round Garrido and Williams. And just behind them, we've got Bentley Ellis fending off Luke Cooper. So Cooper's having I'd say a less than satisfactory weekend. He was up there initially in the first race, then had the spin after he hit the curb. And since then, he's not really been on the same pace that he has possibly shown in the Castle Combe races. But speaking of on the pace, here comes Niall Murray. Look at this. This lap has been an absolute stormer, and here he comes. He's not waiting around, going to the inside of Folly. It'll be the outside for Avon Rice, but if he can stay there, he'll be in the lead of the race up towards Quarry. They are side by side over the crest, and Murray's through. Murray sweeps around the outside over the crest to Avon Rice and gets it in front before he hits the brakes for Quarry. So from 8th to 1st, another masterclass through the field from championship leader Niall Murray. He's on an absolute flyer, and that is why he's not only a double festival champion, but the 2016 national champion as well. He's going for a 2nd crown, and he's doing it exactly the right way. So, down towards Hammerdown. Murray now back in the lead, kicks up the dust. But look at the battle for 3rd place, because now Matt Garrido is up to 3rd place. 4th now for Joey Foster. 5th for Carter Williams. What's happened to Gruber? He's dropped back to 6th and several car lengths back, so has there been a bit of a skirmish earlier in the lap whilst we were watching the battle that was going on for the lead? I think there has been, because Matt Garrido has come out of that on top. So that's an interesting turn of events. And he turned through the right-hander at Camp Corner. There's a bit of smoke coming from the back of Carter Williams' car. We'll look at that in a second, because Matt Garrido is under threat here. And Jack Wolfen is under threat from a charging Sebastian Job. And look at that. Easy as pie up the inside at Camp Corner. Great move from Sebastian Job. Continues to get quicker with every lap he drives. So round Garrido, Foster, Williams. Back on board with Sebastian Job. His next target is a couple of seconds up the road. Charges over the crest into Quarry. As they turn their way back out of the S's. Murray tries to pull away a little bit if he can. There's Gruber. Bentley Ellis, Cooper, and Jonathan Brown still heads Rory Smith as they come back down towards Tower Bend again. So Matt Garrido would love another podium. There's Joey Foster. He'd love a podium too, because of course he missed out. Last time he was on the podium was at Brands Hatch. That was memories of chasing down Niall Murray, but even that weekend, Murray had the edge over just about everyone. Back towards Camp Corner. Matt round Garrido in the red and white number 27, the Medina Sport chassis. Ahead of the Ray, the all-black car of the 155, the Cornish Express. Joey Foster, there he is. British GT he's raced in, and open-top prototypes. He's done all sorts of single-seater racing. But he's come back to his roots, back to Formula Ford, a category that he knows and loves, just like this man, Niall Murray. They head out of Quarry, down towards the complex. There's green flags being waved in the background for somebody, I'm not sure. There's Murray, there's Eastwell, and there's the battle for... Where has Carter Williams gone to? We've got third and fourth, so we've got Matt round Garrido and Joey Foster, but I cannot see Carter Williams. Now, there was a little bit of smoke from the back of the car, so I wonder if that had anything to do with it. Roger Orge's in the pits. He's not happy with things either. Team are looking to get the engine cover off, so mechanical issues for the Castle Combe native. But that is a real shame for Carter Williams. He was having such a great race, up as high as 5th in that battle. He was on the front row, of course. But I think that smoke was a telltale sign that something was off, and I think it's a mechanical problem for him, and that's a real shame for the young American. But it does give this man, Niall Murray, a prime chance to get his head down and pull away as much as he can. Eastwell is there or thereabouts. He's keeping him honest. He's not allowing Murray to relax 1 second. And Castle Combe's not a circuit you can really relax. It's one where you're constantly just... the adrenaline's pumping every single lap, every single corner. And it is a circuit where if you start to get cocky and take liberties and start to throw the car around, it will bite back, and it'll bite back hard. So you really do have to keep your wits about you and not let off one moment. There's round Garrido and Foster. And that was, I think, a sideways Hugo Bentley Ellis as he defends from Nico Gruber. And that's actually been a change for position because Gruber's lost another place then. So he's down to P6. It was P7 before Carter Williams' retirement. And back into Bobby's. Second of the 2 chicanes on the circuit, using all the curb on the exit. Niall Murray, all the signs are looking good at the moment for the hat-trick, but it's not over because Eastwell is just edging a little bit closer back towards Murray. He's just keeping him on the leash, just not letting him get away too far, just reeling him back in. Now he's got a bit more pace. So we said earlier on about the tyre temperatures and that the track temperatures, the ambient temperatures, they're all going to play a part on cooling, on tyres, on brakes, on the engines. It's all going to be crucial, and the drivers will also feel fatigue as well because, of course, with such scorching temperatures here at Castle Combe, trying to keep cool in any sense is a very tricky task. When you're in the cockpit, you've got a full helmet and the full race suit with the fireproof suit and the underwear and the racing boots and the gloves. It is baking hot inside that car. And of course, with the ambient temperatures and the track temperatures being quite high as well, you can see the heat haze in the background. You know it's very difficult for these guys. And it seems as though at the moment, Murray's leading, but maybe... has he taken a little bit too much out of his tyres here, I wonder? Because Eastwell is coming back to him now. So, what initially looked like a relatively comfortable stretch of a margin is now coming back into Eastwell's favour. He's got a real chance here to reclaim the lead and possibly take his first National Formula Ford win. He can deny Murray the hat-trick if he plays this right. Team Dolan watches on from the sidelines as their man runs in first. Their teammate is in third place, holding off Joey Foster. So both are in prime positions, but under threat from cars behind. They head back into Quarry, and Eastwell is really closing up under braking again, so he sniffs a real opportunity to make his way up into the lead of the race. But catching Niall Murray is one thing, passing him is certainly a completely different story. They head into the S's, and they are nose to tail again, up through the right-hander, exiting through Old Paddock Bend. So Eastwell is in line to attack here. So where's it going to come? Is it going to come at Tower? Will it be at Bobby's? Does he dare make a move at Camp Corner? He's just lining him up a little bit. There he is. The Kevin Mills Spectrum. Oh, a little wide from Murray. You can see he's getting a little bit ragged. He did that in race 1. He was leading, and on the very last lap of the race, ran very wide at the first chicane, the S's, and that got Michael Eastwell right back into contention. So you can tell how hard Murray's being pressed here. And this is not the days of Murray simply getting the lead and sailing off into the distance. He's got real competition this season. He's having to work a lot harder than 2016. But that's a good thing, because of course it challenges him to get better. And even though he's raced these cars for ages, he really can take advantage of that. Back into Quarry again. No change between the battles for first and third. Still fixated on this battle. And Foster's keeping Rangarito honest. There they are. Then we've got Bentley Ellis ahead of Gruber in 5th and 6th position. So they're all paired off now, as they did back in race 2. Leaders swing their way through, nice and calm. But is Michael Eastwell just biding his time here, just thinking, let's just see how much of a pace you can run at, Noel. Let's see how much I can pressure you into another mistake. Because, of course, effectively, Noel Murray has to keep on pressing here to force Michael Eastwell to come with him. But, of course, the more that Michael Eastwell stays with him, the more that Noel Murray has to keep on increasing the pace. And, of course, at one point, he's going to push too hard, or any regular driver will push too hard and actually lose out. So down the pit straight, up towards the start of the last lap of the race. And I think Joey Foster knows that, because he's now tucked under the gearbox of Matt Rangarito. So the fight for third is on now. And I think this is the last lap of the race. Turning into Quarry for the, I think, the final time. Down towards the S's. No change for first. Third could change on the last lap, though, because Joey Foster has just kept his powder dry a little bit. He's now decided to pull the pin and go for it on this last tour of the Castle Combe circuit. So down towards Hammerdown. Little kick up of dust from Murray. About half a lap to go now. And Eastwell is trying to throw everything at him, but every time he tries to make a move, Murray has got a response. So Murray out of bobbies for the final time. Eastwell is closing as much as he can. But Noel Murray is about to do something that no one else has done this weekend. He truly is the king of Castle Combe, and he's proved it all weekend long. Out of the final corner, Murray does the hat-trick at Castle Combe. What a superb performance from start to finish. Eastwell gets second. Rangarito makes it a double Dolan podium in third, with Foster fourth. Then it's Hugo Bentley Ellis in fifth, Nico Gruber sixth, then Fisher, Smith, Thorburn and Cooper rounding out the top 10. Clark is 11th, from Capozone, Job, Morris, Brown, Jay and Maloney, and there are your retirements. What an incredible weekend in the sun at Castle Combe, and Lloyd, I'm sure you'll have 3 very happy drivers, including an ecstatic Noel Murray. He's done the hat trick. Well done.
No, not even a reverse grid can hold you back here at Castle Combe this weekend. Congratulations on your victory.
Yeah, just lots of pace this weekend. Again, thanks a million to Bernard Dolan and Team Dolan, everyone in the team. Just they were last to bed last night and the first up this morning, working on all 3 cars all weekend. They're just putting in so much effort, they just don't stop. So yeah, Damien Doherty on my car as well is working very hard. So. It's a testament to all the results we have. It's a testament to all their work. Myself and Matt won 2 in race 2, and then starting 7th and 8th and getting the 1st and 3rd in the last race from reverse grid. So, yeah, really happy. It was a really enjoyable race. Starting from 8th, obviously, had to make a few moves, but yeah, no, delighted.
Michael, second podium of the weekend. You must be pleased with that result.
Yeah, I'm really pleased. It's a good result for the team and myself. The win would have been nice. Obviously, we got into the lead and started to pull a gap on the cars behind. And then all of a sudden, I saw a car come in, and I knew it was Niall. And his pace was just immense at the start. And as he got towards me, I just didn't put up much of a fight, to be honest. Our pace wasn't there. His pace was immense. I was hoping that we would be able to follow him round and maybe get him towards the end of the race. And the car was really good at the end of the race, but it took a while to come on.
Matt, congratulations on your 3rd place. It's always a little bit more difficult when it's reverse grid, isn't it?
Yeah, obviously you've got more wheel-to-wheel action, where say like at Knockhill when I started pole at that race 1, you can kind of just get on with it and run your own race. But yeah, coming through is definitely hard.